Who's Melchizedek?
He is the priest forever.
No father, no mother.
King first king.
That's why I put this here. He was the first priest mentioned in Scripture. Okay? He was the king and high priest of Jerusalem. You know the original name was Salem?
King of Salem.
It's not Salem, it's Salem. During the time of Abram, who's Abram?
Abraham.
He blessed Abram with bread and wine and was the priest of God Most High. Not much is known about Melchizedek. We don't have genealogy, otherwise he could have given it to you. I didn't meet his parents. I did not see the parents. I didn't know where they lived. Although historically, all priests of the Jews came from the tribe of the Levites. Remember, one of the 12 tribes is Levites. Theirs was a Levitical priesthood that had a specific term of service, 20 years at most. So they have this 20-year limit for priests. 20 years. In the U.S., we have more than 20 years, right? With specific age requirements. Priests had to be between the ages of 21 and 50. See? To be a priest, you have to be between 21 and 50. But Melchizedek, the priest we hear of, was decidedly not a Levite. Nor was he a Judahite. He's not from Judah, which is in line of King David, and the line from which the kings of the Bible originated. Psalm 110, verse 4. Psalm 110, verse 4.
The Lord has sworn and will not waver. You are a priest forever in the manner of Melchizedek.
After the order of Melchizedek. Okay? It says forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. The Lord assures victory for God's priest king. So, who does Melchizedek sound like?
Jesus.
Yeah, flip the page. What are the three words associated with Jesus? Number one, he was a prophet. He was a priest, and he was king. So our king is both king of heaven and priest forever. The prime example of the text and stories of the Old Testament foreshadowing what is to come. So the New Testament comes full circle by fulfilling the Old. Melchizedek is a mysterious figure with the power of both a king and a priest. That should be highlighted. Melchizedek is a mysterious figure with the power of both a king and a priest. He was not a transitional priest. He was a priest forever. And if you look at Hebrews chapter 7, he is first king of righteousness, and then he is also king of Salem, king of peace. He is without father or mother or genealogy. Ooh. All of us have fathers and mothers, right? Are you sure? You know? And it's neither beginning of days nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God, he continues a priest forever. And then we have the section here, why is Melchizedek important? You can read that. But the next section Melchizedek is tied to the institution of holy orders. Again, I'm talking about Hebrews 7, so go to Hebrews 7. Look at 7, how it starts. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him. And to him Abraham apportioned the 10th part of everything. You see that? If anyone asks you, how come we tithe 10%? This is one of the verses in the Bible. The 10% tithing. Did you see the 10th part of everything? 10%. King of Salem and King of Peace. No father, no mother, no genealogy. No beginning of days, nor end of life. Sounds like Jesus, doesn't he? And if you look at that section, you'll see how Melchizedek would offer bread and wine. He offers himself in union with his universal church as in an unbloody sacrifice. Exactly what the holy orders do now. What about Enoch? These are words that very few understand, really. Enoch, the Enochs of the Bible were usually castrated males or those incapable of reproduction due to a birth defect. So those are the Enochs. An Enoch would also be someone who performed work typical of Enochs, although he remained perfectly capable of having sex. That is, Enoch in some cases was simply a title. The purpose of intentional castration was to induce impotence and remove sexuality. We have Christian sects that observe this now. Yeah, but not in the Latin Rite. The Latin Rite, we just prevent remarry. No, I remember because last week I gave my pledge to the cardinal that I will not remarry. If something happens to her, I cannot marry again. See? If I die, she can marry again, of course.
Unfair.
And she'll be marketable because of my life insurance. She'll be driving MDX. So those about the Enochs. Now look at the last paragraph before Immaculate Conception. Some gay people argue that Jesus was referring to homosexuals when he mentioned Enochs, who were born that way. The Bible never uses the words homosexual and Enoch interchangeably. Did you hear about Prince George, the son of Kate Middleton? The Archbishop of Canterbury is praying that Prince George is gay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No.
It's in the news this morning.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah.
Like the head of the Church of England.
Yeah, the Archbishop of Canterbury is the head of the Anglican Church.
Is he praying that he be a homosexual or
Yeah,
he not
he's
be?
praying that he be.
He
Oh,
be.
why?
I don't know.
The Archbishop of
How could that?